Hey, buddy, it's Victor. It's time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Wednesday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a fantastic, or sorry, not Wednesday, Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. Echo Romeo Charlie 2, 8 Bravo Papa Juliet. I had the day wrong of the week here. We've got good damage. Our tears rate is not great, but it's not terrible either. I've definitely seen worse. 2.55 is acceptable. We also have good movement speed, kind of bad shot speed, but it ain't bad. We also have the Jar of Lemonade, which we've already used. And, we have Pokego. So Pokego is not an item that you see me take a whole lot, mainly because, honestly, there's two reasons. The biggest reason is the giant message that appears in front of the screen whenever you enter a room. And those of you who've been watching the series long enough, you'll know that the game can get a little obnoxious when you first walk into a room, namely whenever you have something that shoots right at you. So I know that might be kind of a Sinvicta reason to hate an item, but also it can sometimes spawn you things that you don't want, like an explosive mob, unless they've changed that. It can spawn explosive bomb flies and that sort of stuff, which could, at an inopportune moment, harm Isaac. Not a big fan of it, and luckily you only find it at the shop, and that's the reason why I normally don't take it, is because it just costs money. We'll start off with Speedball here, give us a nice injection of shot speed and movement speed, and we also had Brainworm, which is that trinket that I picked up, and that's what's giving us that sort of right angle shot. It's easy to mistake Brainworm for homing shots because it's technically not, but if it gets close enough to an enemy, it will do a right angle shot. Oh, so you're just going to stay over there now, huh? Just perfectly. Okay. So it's not quite homing, but it's sort of homing. If that makes sense. Not happy that we already took damage in here. Honestly, this fight should have been well over if Dangle hadn't, like, perfectly just put himself out of the radius, or if I had just placed it better. Dangle is honestly one of the more dangerous first floor bosses that you can find, especially when he does that random corn shot. And it's not good. We did get ourselves divorce papers though, and divorce papers at least is going to allow us to go into the curse room for basically free thanks to the Bone Heart. But I don't like missing out on all that HP. Even though it was just one soul heart, I still hate just losing HP in general. We do get a bomb, but this is a really weird shaped floor, so yeah, I'm just gonna save the bomb and hopefully we'll get like a tinted rock or something. We go on last week's question of the episode here. This one coming in from Huckleberry Humphrey, who said, question of the episode, what is it about Isaac that keeps you playing? They keep you playing after all these years, but I think they meant keeps me playing after all these years. It's what you're seeing right now. It's what you see every single day here. Just the overall challenge of the game. Everything is always different, no matter what. It's one of the few games that are truly infinitely replayable. You know, even if you play, this is a point that I've made for a while now. Even if you play the same seed over and over and over again, you will not get the same run. You will not move in the same way. You won't shoot in the same pattern. The mobs won't go the way that you think they're going to go every single time. It's just not possible. There is well over, I think the tagline for Rebirth was 1 billion possible ways to play the game, and that is true. And 1 billion is a very, very large number. It gets misconstrued a lot in today's financial terms and social media and all that stuff, but you really don't understand how huge the number of 1 billion is, even compared to 1 million, which also is a very large number. Extremely large number. A number that I will probably not see ever. It's hard in terms of financial. Now, views on the other hand, yeah, we've had a couple bangers in our time here. Had a few million view items, but that's beside the point. Slipped rib is not what I'm looking for. I mean, there's no reason for us not to take Slipped Rib, I suppose. But it's just an item that, like, I get indignant about, and I just don't want to it being in my inventory makes it annoying to me to see, because I'm like, we could have had such a better item out of our item room. But yeah, it's the amount of variation that you get out of Isaac, the way that you can explain a play 400 different times in different ways to make it appealing to people, and people kind of get it, or they don't. And it's a game that, you know, everybody knows the ending of Isaac. You know where the destination lies, right? There's an ultimate big boss that we have to beat, and there's a million different ways, a billion technically, different ways on how to get there and beat it. And you really can't say that about other games, really anywhere. Isaac is very unique in that aspect. I would absolutely love to get... If we can get Red Candle here, that'd be great. And we can easily. I'm going to actually forego the Soul Heart here and go for the half-price bombs instead. This Vis is doing work for us here right now. Thanks to PokeGo. Really? Oh, I'm an idiot. That's where the super secret room should have been if we hadn't already found it. We got another Vis too. Let's go back and get that Soul Heart. We're going to need it for the Devil Deal. Assuming that we get one to take. Something tells me that secret room is right here. I don't know why. Okay, well, we could have saved ourselves a little bit of money there, but notice how I took the Bone Heart before taking the Black Soul Heart. That's because I want to protect the Bone Heart, since we have no way of filling the Bone Heart. Now, what I will say about PokeGo is that the nicest thing it does compared to, like, say, Friend Finder is that the mobs move on their own. They attack on their own. They are completely cognizant, and they do not require micromanaging. And I like that about them. So, you know, that credit where credit's due. It's a very nice little handy... It's a handy feature of an item that I normally am just kind of mid over. And by mid, I mean I never take. I'm going to go back and go open this golden chest. We already got one item in here from one of the golden chests, so why not get another? If there is one. There's not. We did get a dime, though, out of nowhere. Oh my god. Okay, well. Interesting. We actually made money going back over there. So, what else is in the shop? Let's buy the key since we did get Guppy's tail. I don't think that that's a bad idea. We can leave that bomb behind. Very good floor, though. Guppy's tail, we get a Devil Deal, and we have 2 Visses now. And Curse of the XL. Got a 1 tooth, which is not long for this world. It's gonna run into one thing and then just immediately get yeeted out of this run. I don't know what's been going on lately with Curse of the XLs, but they've been showing at a very alarming frequency after our first Devil Deal here. If you don't know what Curse of the XLs are, then it is essentially one floor mixed with a second floor. So we end up losing a whole bunch of stuff. And there are many, many, many thousands of people out there who've watched this channel long enough to know the whole spiel of why it's so bad. But if you're new and you don't, the TLDR is it combines one floor into 2. So we right now have the combination of Catacombs 1 and 2. We do get 2 item rooms. We get 1 shop, so that's 1 shop that we lose. We lose the chance for a Devil Deal automatically. We lose a secret room, we lose a super secret room, and we lose the special spawn room. And that's just by default. That's just what happens as soon as you see the XL floor pop up. If you don't get a devil deal, especially, oh my gosh, it's our second guppy item. If you don't get a devil deal, especially with it being on floor 3 and floor 4, that is 2 devil deals you get robbed of. And the reason why floor 3 and floor 4 are significant in this discussion is because that is the lowest possible rate that your devil deal could be at, because you just got done getting a guaranteed devil deal. I'm going to drop the child's drawing for now because we have a whole another side of this level to explore. The last time we had a chance to get chocolate milk, I didn't take it and I regretted it. So I'm going to make the game do it again. The thing I don't like about chocolate milk is just the fact that I have to manually fire. And that does get old after a while. Batty does have a pretty good amount of stamina, so we should be safe for now. We get Pretty Fly. And Telepills. Telepills are fine. We do have to be a little bit cautious of our key usage. Remember, we do have Guppy's Tail. I mean, I pretty much always go for this just because there's a big chance, especially with us having just got PH Dizzle. Just killed our fatty baddies, and that's okay. Child's drawing, by the way, it does count as a guppy item as long as we're holding on to it. So we're heavily incentivized to stick with it. Although the Blessed Penny, it is going to hurt passing that up, but guppy is more important. Especially since the Blessed Penny operates off of a proc rate instead of guaranteed. Unless we get something like Mom's Box, then it's a slightly better proc rate, but still a proc rate nonetheless. Telepills will get us out of the boss rush. Assuming we don't get screwed and get taken to an Chimera room, that should be fine. So, yeah, the only thing good about XL floors is that if you're in a hurry or if you're in like a speed run situation, then they can be a godsend. So thankfully we didn't get screwed out of 2 devil deals. We only got screwed out of 1. Gonna skip out on the curse room for now, because we're taking priority here to go into the devil deal and using that HP to hopefully get a guppy transformation. Then we can start opening up our options a little bit more. Dude, this room needs to chill out. Yeah, we got our Vis back. There's a tinted rock in this room. Ironically, we didn't get the soul heart from the tinted rock. We got it from the random skull that was right next to it. But we did get our bomb back and a key, so that's fine. Free entry into the curse room, which could have yielded a guppy item for us, and a guppy transformation didn't quite happen. I know we're going to the boss, so we need to double back and let's go find the item room first. Obviously, with the XL floor, we are way ahead of schedule when it comes to boss rush. I honestly don't know how that hit us. I didn't think that we were in range of that spike. Vis, you gonna fire or no? You're just gonna do nothing. Had a golden opportunity there to take care of Mashro for us. Now you're seeing the downside of red candle is that unlike blue candle, it does dissipate whenever you deal damage with it or block shots. The hitboxes seem a little iffy today here, game. I'm noticing this. Okay, well, we're just gonna find all the possible nooks and crannies on this entire floor here. Here. Nice deflection there by split rib. Trinkets galore. Oh, my mistake. The item room isn't over here. Maybe we can get another trinket, though. Instead of getting pills that we'll be dropping here, because, you know, we did take PhD game, and I don't know if you noticed. That one was my fault. I am tilting a little bit right now. I don't know if you noticed or not, but just like yesterday, as soon as we got PhD, we see no pills dropping. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how it just happens again and again and again? Just like yesterday? Isn't that weird? Must be the wind. Get Purity, which is going to give us one of 3 random stat ups. And we got the Tears up, which is good. Singular tarot card. And that's the last golden chest we opened for a while. Chaos would be a bad idea here. We are actively aiming for Guppy. There's no reason for us to take Chaos. But now that huge leg up that we had on Boss Rush has gone, thanks to this floor. And we're facing the possibility of not getting Boss Rush now. This is going to ruin Purity, but I'm going for the extra money that we have here thanks to PhD. Got a luck upgrade, which is fine. We need to get another HP upgrade here. I'm fine with just a regular old, plain old HP upgrade. There we go. Now we go back and we can get our money back. We will become our money back. Another luck upgrade. Nice. Okay. And we got the damage upgrade, which is nice. That's what that red upgrade is from Purity. I don't know how you were already enraged, but... "73% deal with the devil failure, and we'll head on down." All right. Gotta say, July, the last couple of runs have bummed me out a little bit. They certainly don't have the oomph, the flair of the June runs at this time. We're early on, though. It's only the first week of July. Now that the holiday weekend is over and things are going back to normal here. Ready for some craziness here, game. In a good way, not bad way. Now we are stuck on 2 or 3 for Guppy, and that fact has not been lost on me. Now, if you want to prove me wrong, and you want to actually do us a solid here, you're not going to take us the Ayamera room when I use the telepills to get out of Boss Rush. Okay? Can you do that for us? You feel me? Pandora's Box we will probably be taking over Red Candle at this point. Red Candle is getting me into some trouble. I'm trying to force the angles and it just doesn't come out fast enough. Lucky us, we've gone the wrong way again. Here's what you're going to do, game. You're going to give us a quality, solid upgrade. All stats up is preferable. Inside a boss rush. And we're going to teleport out with the telepills. And be totally safe and sound and not get taken to the Chimera room. Okay? Sound good? It's a non-XL floor, by the way. And it's just going to keep on going. And it's going to keep on going. Now, I could and should take this Fool card, but I'm trying to prove a point here. Book of Shadows is probably better than the red candle at this point. Yeah, that is a non-XL floor that we're looking at. Okay, so we have a minute and a half, just under a minute and a half to beat Mom. We need the Vis to live. And we need to get some good shots on Mom here. And it's dead. Okay. See, in another world, going back to the question of the day, in another world, that Vis would have lived, and we would have already been into boss rush and into the Chimera room. I popped the Book of Shadows here just to take us over the finish line and to protect our tears up, which we're getting from Purity. The Purity aura will only stay active, no, if and only if you don't take damage. I will take Lord of the Pit for the movement speed, but more importantly, the flying. Get Gnawed Leaf and Psyfly. Gnawed Leaf. I get. We don't have an orbital. All right, Psyfly. Squeezy finally get a stat up here we can use. I don't know if the secret room is here or not, but we can try. It is there. Okay, so we can get into the vault and the curse room for the cost of some pretty cheap bombs. Two luck up. A 2 luck up horse pill there from PH Dizzle. And now the keys are flowing. Just like the spice. The Squeezy gave us a little bit of a reprieve here for HP. I don't know why I came back in here. And if we can somehow maintain this tears rate, we're gonna be pretty happy. Let's go back to the shop and start re-rolling a little bit here. Pandora's Box, it gives us 2 boss items on the next floor, so it's hard for me to pass it up. We get a damage upgrade, which we badly needed here from Champion Belt. 4.5 volt, I don't think helps us unless if we stick with the Book of Shadows, then it could help us. What would I be madder about? Would I be madder at going to Womb 1 with Pandora's Box and getting 2 crap boss items, or getting 20 cents and then buying the 4.5 volt and then having a Book of Shadows? What would I be madder about? $0.20 here gives us 2 premium items that we can buy from the shop, assuming that I don't take the 4.5 volt. If I buy the 4.5 volt, we have to stick with the Book of Shadows. We could also potentially get Conquest's Pony, though, from Womb 1, which does go extremely well with the 4.5 volt. Okay, I've convinced myself that that's the better play. Because, yes, there is no guarantee that we wouldn't get something like just nothing but range upgrades from Pandora's Box. Yeah, it's a funny game. We get Keeper Sack now, right as we're out of money. But we got a 0.7 damage upgrade. Unfortunately, we can't see the HP here. Otherwise, I would definitely make a play at the Sack Room Shuffle. What in the world? Interesting. A 50% chance to create a red door when clearing a room. I don't think I've ever seen the golden crystal key. At this point, I'm going to assume that we're not going to see a guppy item again. And this makes a very, very, very interesting play here. Because the red doors can lead to ultra secret rooms, which might be a little tasty. I know the secret room's not here, but it's bombing for both of the blue fires. Okay, we'll just hope we're gonna get maybe another cent or two that we could spend in the shop. There's our red door. It's a bedroom that does have a crawl space. Now, hang on a second. I know that we're not on pure soul heart HP. And we get a free Bloody Lust. Honestly, not going to complain about that whatsoever. That was a free item that we didn't have and didn't even know that that was going to be a possibility here a minute ago. Pretty fly. So we can't even go into the bedroom, which means that we are not able to, that we're at full HP already. Super secret room, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so interesting turn of events here on this floor. I'm curious to see what the red key is going to give us, or crystal key. So let's see if the 50-50 works with the crystal key. Now, what I will say about the crystal key is that the red doors will not spawn in rooms that they can't spawn. So that means that the likelihood of us getting a ultra secret room are pretty high if we're doing full clears, which we do naturally anyway. Yeah, like this, that easily could have been an ultra secret room right there. This, you need to shoot right down the, nope. Need you to shoot this way, buddy. Need you to shoot this way. Like I'm tanking these shots for you. We got the singular attack fly. Health up. Yeah, why not? We use the I Can See Forever pill. That's going to show us where and give us entry into the secret rooms, both of them. Done a pretty good job at avoiding damage up to this point. We still have the Tears upgrade buff from Purity, and we've had that for quite a few floors now. Okay, there's our red door. I'm going to pause for a second over here. And this led to a tinted rock. There we go. Double soul heart. Bang. There we go. Very nice. Good value. Extremely good value, actually. Alright, game. Chill. There's a whole lot of chubs here. So 4.5 volt, as long as we have a target, it's going to keep us going with Book of Shadows, which does stack on itself, by the way. If you didn't know, Sci-Fly does act as an orbital. If you don't know, now you know. The quarter. So we're getting a lot of money drops here after the fact we get Keeper Sack. We don't really need to play this Judgment for anything, but I'm just going to do it anyway. What a drop in the box. Got a range up. That's fine. Our range was actually pretty bad. And like I said, we're going to end up probably doing a full clear anyway, so it's not guaranteed that we're going to find the Ultra Secret Room, but we have a very high chance of finding it. I do feel justified and vindicated now that I got rid of the Child's Drawing, because it's obviously clear that we are not going to see another Guppy item. No. We could take it for a damage upgrade. It would give us an orbital, but we didn't get a... We didn't keep, Nod Leaf. We didn't take Nod Leaf, so... There goes our Vis, but our Vis did a great job for us. And honestly, Pokego, you've been doing all right. You've been all right here. This is a non-XL floor, by the way. Still holding out hope that we get the Ultra Secret Room. There's only one other room that it could have spawned in that would make sense, and we didn't go in there. So we've already completed the meme. We might as well just finish off this floor and see what happens. So as you see here, Sci-Fly, even though it's not a very strong orbital, he does deal damage. Well, there's Kiss. It gives us an empty heart container, but... Okay, so the Ultra Secret Room could be south of here. Unless, of course, it doesn't proc. It could also be below the boss trap room here. You go to the Curse Room for free, and the Ultra Secret Room did not pop. We did get a Tears upgrade, though. Get a range up. Yeah, so I definitely feel vindicated now that I didn't take Guppy's, that I didn't keep a Child's Drawing. This is a much more unique experience here with the Golden Crystal Key, which didn't proc on the room that we needed it to. So I'm curious how many 50-50s we failed there. Another range upgrade. We can gain entry in here. Okay, well now it complicates things a little bit. Okay, well at least we can get out of this room for free. We don't have to worry about going back into the curse rooms. We get damage upgrade and luck upgrade, okay. Crystal Key. It's hooking us up. How cool would it be if Sci-Fly could block a Brimstone Beam? We don't want to take any red hearts right now, as that would ruin our Polaroid invincibility. Get Telepills, which I'm going to take to the chest. Really? Interesting. We got ourselves a wonky map. Reverse Empress card doesn't really help us out. Nice block there by Sci-Fly. Ultra Secret Room's not going to be over here. Oh, it is going to be over here. I did not see this other part of the map. Okay. Well, that might be a huge shortcut then. So we do get finally get our first Ultra Secret Room. And it's going to be the virus, which is not the worst thing with us having Book of Shadows, but it's not the best, as it doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage. It does contribute towards the Spun transformation, which we are now 2 of 3 of, thanks to Speedball. And we've gone the wrong way. Gonna be all the way down to the southeast, didn't it? Well, that was a nice shortcut, but unfortunately it was a shortcut to the wrong side of the map. Yep. Wow, we got another damage upgrade here. Just random upgrades thanks to Guppy's tail. These golden chests. Okay, so this is an Ayamera room here. How do I know it's an Ayamera room? Because it goes off the map and there's no space that shows up on the map. You see how the map does not extend downward? This is an Ayamera room. So I'll go in there after we're done with Mom, but just be aware it could take us to Shoal, which means that we won't be able to go past Stanley since we don't have the negative. So if that takes us to Shoal instead of up to the Cathedral, the run may end at Stanley. Which is not a huge deal. I mean, we're going to win this run, but a little premature. Yep, and we didn't get a single Guppy item. Not one. All right, let's see what Ed has for us. You know what? You know what? It is going to end early because it's going to take us to Shoal. Telepills won't take us anywhere but back into the Ayamera room. But we did get an upgrade thanks to Keeper Sack, so this was a nice little surprise there. But the run is going to end unless this takes us to an Ayamera room again. It will end here in Shoal. Wow, we got another Ultra Secret room. Okay. Okay, game. Wow. Magic Mush takes our damage to 20.16, but remember that is with the bonus of Purity being here. And we are firing boulders now of damage. The Yara rune.
The sun.
Magic Mush in the final floor here in Shoal of all places. That might be the first time I've ever seen Magic Mush show up in Shoal. Ever. The Ultra Secret rooms keep going. Now, if I really wanted to extend this run, which it would be cool because we're getting pretty powerful here, I could go look and see if we could get another Ayamera room. And that would take us to Lamb guaranteed. But you know what they always say, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. And there's no guarantee that we'll get a red door inside of a red door either. It's the percentage of that happening is greatly diminished whenever you go into whenever you open one from a red door, so I wouldn't bet on it. It was still a fun run though. I will gladly take it here. We didn't get Guppy. I haven't seen this ending in a while. He's fine. He's fine. So, good run. Good run. I'll take it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that run. If you did, make sure you click that like button, leave a comment down below, and, of course, use those hype points on this video as we go on into the midweek here in the Mosh Pit. Here's your screenshot of the day. Keep them coming. They are firing on all cylinders now on this Invicta subreddit and in the Discord. This one's sent in by Critical Spirit 2972. Title of the thread was Shortest Void Completion? ? Yeah, the fact that you went straight there, I don't know if it's the shortest one. I feel like I've seen a Delirium run that was 3 rooms away from the beginning, but that's pretty short though. Having it only 5 rooms in is pretty nice. So I would not have gone that direction at the start anyway. So lucky you. Thank you for sharing with that on the Sinvicta subreddit, Critical Spirit, and thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and hyping everybody. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Until next time, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Steve with a Lisp, Sampudu, and Christian Carter. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.